Okay guys, I've been on YouTube a while. I haven't really seen any reviews on this motorcycle, so we're going to do a review on the Suzuki SV1000S. And with its Darth Vader-ish like style in the front, it's pretty neat, very light. It comes with, you can get it full fairinged or totally naked bike. This is a sort of like a semi-fairing bike. It has the front fairing here, and we're off to the races. So what we're going to do, I'm going to do a review on it. First thing you'll notice when starting it up is it's got the digital dash, and you have the tachometer there. Easy to see. Hold the clutch in, and you bring the V-twin motor to life. Got that famous V-twin sound. Backing up here. Also, you will notice it's a very light bike. If you've ridden other bikes, you will immediately recognize that. If you're a shorter rider, this bike will be a little bit difficult for you at the stoplights, because you'll have to tippy-toe. Some riders will lower the bike, which isn't hard to do, not expensive. They have these lowering kits where you can do just that. The acceleration is excellent. I have found from my experience riding, the freeways are my favorite. That's when it really comes into its own. Testing brakes. Brakes are great. Of course, the bike's so light, it doesn't take a lot to get it stopped. That was almost the rear brake there. Almost all the rear brake there on that one. Make sure I'm all zipped up. This does not come with the bike. This is a throttle rocker. It enables me to just rest my hand on that piece of plastic there, so I can not have to hold on to the throttle so long with the death grip. I'll show you that also on the freeway. I just kind of rest it. See how my hands like that? I would not suggest getting one of these if you're an inexperienced or new rider. They do have their dangers. You forget it's there. The bike has 6 gears. I'm in 2nd gear now. I'll take you through the gears as we get on. Now, if you're a taller rider, you will love this bike because of its long reach to the clutch. I am a taller rider, so I do like it. Okay, I'm in 2nd gear. Acceleration getting on the freeway is no problem. As you can see, I'm at 5 grand. It's not even breaking a sweat. 3rd gear. Now, for it being a light bike, 4th gear, it is surprisingly stable, even in strong winds. I attribute this to 5th gear. And let me zip up my jacket here. I attribute this to the design of the bike, the way that it is. And now I am in 6th gear. So let's delve out into the deep. Very comfortable riding position. The riding position is slightly lean forward, but more straight up, but just a slight lean forward, sort of like that. Not like that, but sort of like that. Mirror position is sufficient. I've ridden other bikes where the mirrors are better, but it's sufficient. The thing that I noticed immediately when I got on the bike was how, 2 things, you're just towering above. You seem to be very high in the sky. I guess it's because I was coming from a GSX-R 600, which is a little lower. Another thing too on the freeways, It's very easy to get to, you know, 60, 70, 80 like in the twinkling of an eye. Bike doesn't seem to struggle to do so. All around good bike. I think if you're going to be doing mostly street riding, as long as you're not a short rider, if you are a short rider, you're going to have to get lowered. But as long as you're just doing street riding or freeway riding or whatever, actually, I should say, it's a great bike. It's very light for like the twisties, if you're going to be going around corners and most of your ride. Great for what I use it for. I do mostly long stretches of high-speed riding, and it is very comfortable. I'm not exhausted at all when I get there, and I'll go about 30 miles minimum each day, 30 to work and 30 back, so about 60 miles a day. It's great on your back. My back doesn't have any, isn't hurting. I recently moved. I moved a bunch of boxes and everything, and my back was killing me from that. And me getting on the motorcycle actually helped my back, believe it or not, because I was able to stretch. When I was in my car, it was actually hurting my back, but I got on the motorcycle, I was able to stretch. It has 2 trip odometers. I'm tracking the trip now. I've gone 4.7 miles, 4.8 miles. Has the clock, of course, temperature gauge. Right here on the front, there's this little thing. Let me see if I can show you. I'm going to lean forward. It says pass. If I'm going to pass someone, I just hit that like a trigger on a gun. I go click, click, and then it'll flash my lights to pass. It takes bumps with these. If you hit bumps, you are not going to be having your fillings come out of your teeth. It just gobbles all the bumps up with these. The bike also comes, I believe, in, oh, there's some bumps there. See how it took it pretty much with these. So the bike comes in a 650 version, again, which is great. I would not get the totally naked version of it because you really will need this front windscreen, but some guys will get the naked version of the bike and then add that front windscreen later. The seat is comfortable, very comfortable seat. It's not one of those like racing seats like the R6. I love the R6, don't get me wrong, you guys have got the R6 or R1. But a lot of the guys with those racing bikes, they'll even replace the seat because the seat's more designed so you can slide around a lot in the seat rather than comfort. Because of racing, you have to be able to slide around in the seat. So this is my review. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it like a strong 9, almost a 10. The only reason why I don't rate it a 10, for me it's a 10 though, personally, but overall I would not rate it a 10 because of the height of the bike. Very tall bike, so a lot of shorter bikers, they're going to have a difficult time with that. I'm a tall rider, and I even have to sometimes with my tippy toes, so I can imagine a short rider, they would have a problem. But if you lowered it, you're all set. So I do give this Suzuki SV1000S out of 10 stars, a strong 9 if you're a shorter rider, and a strong 10 if you are a average type to tall rider. Now visit my website at shotgunout.com, click more info to see it there. God bless you guys.